Hey, well, I had to find out today that the corporation that owns this bar where I got to be targeted, and their head bartender used his position as head bartender to gain my confidence and my trust and take the information that I confided to him and use that to his advantage to cause me what has been so far irreparable harm, considerable damage, as I've described in my other videos. I've sent links to these videos to this corporation because I don't know, I thought maybe if they saw a person behind the complaint, not just the name, not just the idea of a customer, the idea of a human being, but actually saw that there was a human being behind the things that I've tried to tell them in every way. I took them to the Better Business Bureau, tried to tell them that way. When they first accused me over the phone and I tried to tell my story, I was told I already know everything, and I had never told my story to anybody. So I've tried everything. I've tried to write them, I've appealed to them. Nothing works. I thought if I sent them links to my videos that, maybe they'd watch them and they'd say, or they'd see that there's an actual person here who went to their bar, who gave her loyal support to this restaurant for probably 5 years. Did nothing there but be nice to people. Unfortunately, I didn't really fit in with the high-paying regulars there because I was depressed after the guy who I took care of kicked me in the teeth for it when he was all through. I was very depressed because that, on top of the whole 6-year loveless thing with my husband, whom I still loved, was really a lot. And I was really under the impression that if you go to a bar, well, bars were for going in, being with other miserable people and crying in your beer, and I was wrong, but that's how bars are portrayed on TV. And I had never been to bars until toward the very end of my marriage. So anyway, I'd sent these guys links to the videos. I got something today. I didn't bother to read it because, quite frankly, I'm really tired of opening the door and letting these people hurt me. But it said something along the lines of they don't want me sending them the links to, they don't want me contacting them, so they obviously don't want me to send the links to the videos. And it's another huge we don't care. I mean, they've seen my videos, they've seen me pour my heart out about how this man made me feel, what he did, how he messed with my head, how he played head games, how he lied to my face and behind my back, let people think things about me, sat there and watched people treat me like shit, knowing why they were. They know the whole thing. They know everything about what happened to me. They know that their head bartender, I mean, he's still there. He still works there, and the only explanation I can come up with is he's been there forever. He's very popular. He brings in customers, and so he makes them a lot of money, and that matters more to them. The fact that he makes them a lot of money, and he's popular with people, that matters more to him, to them, than the fact that they had a customer go there in good faith, expecting and hoping to have a nice time, thinking it was safe to confide to a married man her personal problems when she was depressed, not expecting he would take that information, turn around and exploit it, and exploit her. What a sleaze. I told my coworker tonight at the Colonial Pantry, and I said, well, I just didn't want to think that it, the one thing I didn't want to know, and I didn't want to accept, I was desperate to not accept, was the fear that I had inside me that this man had just used me too. After the guy who was sick thought it was okay to use me 2 years. We were never friends, but he thought he could come into my house and pretend like he was my friend, so I would give. And I'm sorry, the man, let's just say financially, by the time he was done with living in my home, and here I was trying to make his what I thought were his last days on this earth as wonderful as possible, he practically destroyed me financially. And then this bartender does this, and I just didn't want to believe that somebody else could look at me and just see somebody that it was okay to use, okay to fuck over, and who cares how it made me feel? Who cares how confused it made me feel? And this corporation, they don't even know me. They don't know. They know me from. How can they not care? It's not like they. I can understand if they knew me and decided that I was a horrible person and they didn't care, but they don't know me at all. They just don't care. What they care about is keeping this bartender who brings in the money, brings in the customers. And they don't care that he's there late at night still. They don't care what he thought was perfectly okay to do to a trusting customer. I was a customer. I'd like to know why that means so little to them. That I was a customer, and this man targeted me in their bar, and then did things behind my back. And so, if I made him feel so threatened, which I imagine after it was done, he felt very threatened, because I knew something that if his wife found out, probably it would cause him a lot of trouble. So yes, he suddenly felt threatened by me, didn't want me there anymore. If he was so threatened by me, why didn't he 86 me himself? He could have 86 me the next day, instead of put me through 3 years of being treated like shit at this bar by these people, just to try to get me to not want to go there anymore. You know why he didn't 86 me himself? Because then I would have known. I would have known that this man just used me, and I could have filed charges. In the state of Washington, you have 3 years to file charges against somebody for harassment. 3 years. And it's so funny, it was only a few months after that 3-year time period had ended that this man had it's like whatever this plan was that he was orchestrating behind my back all fell into place. And it was too late for me to do anything. I couldn't file charges for harassment. I couldn't do anything. So anyway, the corporation has seen the videos. It means nothing to them that this man hurt me. Obviously, they'd rather risk keeping him on staff and risk other women who might have depression or might be impaired mentally for some reason or other. Risk their safety. As far as I'm concerned, if you can do it once, you can do it more than once. And he certainly didn't act like it was the first time when it happened to me. Anyway, all I can say is I have nothing but contempt for a company and a restaurant that can put money ahead of the welfare and safety and emotional health and well-being of a customer. And I hope that some people are able to watch these videos and figure out which place I'm talking about. And I really hope that if it costs them even one customer, I will be happy. So that's all. Thanks for listening. Bye.